I'm still trying to understand, like, what problem are you trying to solve with that?
feel like this is like something a lot of people would want to use, and it's a problem that a lot of people encounter.
So I want to present. Am I too late?
I could tell you guys that this week I actually built Mike knows this. This week I built about three cool projects, side projects.
Every 2 days, I wake up in the morning. I have a message from George at 2 a.m. and he's like, "Try this out. I just built this." So welcome everyone. Welcome to our Thursday Tech Meetups. Tonight is our very first demo hour. For those who don't know me, my name is Mike Onyamande. I'm the host for this evening. Today we're doing something different. So normally we invite people here, they share different topics. But I think today we want to see what the community is working on. So we're having a demo day. It's just a way to see what people in the community are building, get people more confident to share what they're working on, and really get people to learn from each other and to collaborate, right? So trying to shine a light on what other people are doing in the community, so that we can all see that, oh, I'm working on this problem. Maybe I can collaborate with this other person who's doing that as well. So the format for tonight, each presenter has up to 10 minutes. So we'll do more, others will do less. Okay, I see a raised hand. Sans, is that a raised hand or? Okay, cool. So the format for today, right? Each presenter has up to 10 minutes where they will demo something for us. So we have a lot of different things that we're demoing, right? So others are just cool tools that people are working on. Others are probably massage products that are being put out in the market. Others are just hobby things that someone did and they were like, oh, this looks cool. I want to present it to the community at large. So everyone is just going to have 10 minutes. They're going to show us the project that they're working on. And then after that, we're going to do 3 to 5 minutes of questions. Let's try and keep our questions short and on topic. There'll always be time to interact afterwards. So I think after each presenter appears, they're just going to share their profiles. So if you guys want to DM them, if you want to learn more about their products, if you want to collaborate with them, you can always talk after that. So yeah, without further ado, let's move on to the first presenter of the night. Funny one guy, I didn't know he's earlier on. I hope he keeps the same energy. So the first guy who's going to be showcasing his product today is Mr. George Chakama. So George, the floor is yours.
Right. Okay. I wasn't talking much, Mike, but anyways, thank you for the compliment. Right. Welcome, guys. Thank you for coming through to the session. We appreciate this. And tonight, I wanted to demo something cool I've been working on for the past week, but Mike convinced me to demo Order, which is a project I've been working on for the past, I'll say 3 months. I first started working on this project. Oh, Mike, I don't have the rights to share my screen, bro.
Okay, just try it.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah. So I've been working on this project for the past 3 months. Yeah, because I started working on it in December there, but then I did stop a little bit. But I started working on the project in December, and when I released it, I gave it to a few individuals to test it out. I'll also send the link in the chat here. So when I started working on the project in December, I shared it with a few individuals, and then they gave me feedback, and then I enhanced it into becoming a full-fledged app. So basically what Order is, because I have 10 minutes to present and 5 minutes for questions. So sorry, Mike, are you recording this?
Yes, so the session is recorded. So yeah, feel free.
Okay, cool. No worries. So
just don't take your passwords if you want, but otherwise.
I know, don't worry. I'm actually gonna log in with my Bitwarden thing. So with Order, basically it's an app for couples, right? So for you to actually sign up, you gotta be in love with somebody, right? So I came up with the idea with my girlfriend, right? So basically what Order does is it tracks your statistics with your relationship. How many dates you guys have gone through, the fights that you've done, those kind of things. It basically tracks everything just so that at least your relationship have statistics. Right? So as it tracks it, you can also do a bunch of things together. You can collaborate on event planning, gift sending to each other, those kind of things. And what I really love about it, let me just sign in right now. So if I click get started right now, takes me to this page. Oh yeah, my details are there already. You can even send them to Google actually, and even check what order is and stuff like that. We have an onboarding screen that can tell you about order and what it does and stuff like that. So I'm gonna skip it for now, but I do have a YouTube video that I did of the run through of the project. So right now, what order does is you can see that it tracks your next anniversary countdown over here. Right now it's showing 00 because I logged in with my demo account. But it will show you like the next anniversary that you guys are celebrating, be it like your first date, your first fight, or your first like outing, or any other thing that you have celebrating there. You can actually add this to your settings. If you go to settings over here, that's where you can add your anniversaries and stuff like that. So below, you can also see some statistics over here, like our duties. So with every relationship, right, you can also set up duties to say that my girlfriend is going to be responsible for doing this. I will be responsible for like cutting grass, and then you can even assign to each other or assign to individuals or whatever. So you can see here, cut the grass is assigned to both, meaning that the both of you are responsible to do this monthly. You can also see the harmony streak, which just means that it's 58 days without a major fight between you guys. And the current mood of your relationship right now is thoughtful. And this is derived from AI that I'm using on this project. I'm using Gemini to track the mood of your other partner and your mood, the current partner right now. And then it will draft as like a central mood for both of you in a relationship. So you can see the longest streak without a fight right now is 0, just because you know what? Right now we're still counting 58 days. This is the first one. So with this one breaks, then it counts this one. And you can also see like some activities that you guys do together, like music you both love. Like these are like similar characteristics that you guys have together and stuff like that. So below that, we also have my task. I mean, I will like total tasks that you guys want to do. Let's say, for example, here, this is Naledi T. Yeah, sorry about the numbers. I was testing it, the demo account, and then you can see some different kind of tasks that you guys have to do in your relationship. So if you do create a task here, you put the title, description, priority, and this is something that you guys have to do together or even individually, but it's something that you have to do as a couple, that kind of thing. And we also have goals over here. So if you click goals are basically things that you want to achieve as a couple, right? So as you can see from the ones that we have over here, we have like buy iPhone 16, bachelor applause, find new apartment. This is in progress right now. Let me take it up right now because we're almost done with this one. Right, we have find new apartment, buy iPhone 16. Which one? This one's already done because I bought it the iPhone 16 last month. And Bachelor Flow is something my girlfriend wants to pursue next month. So we're just saving up for it right now. And eat healthy. These are just basic goals that we have set. So with basic goals, we are also focusing on using AI for this. We're using Gemini. So let me show you just now how it works. So if I put like, what do you want to achieve? I'm gonna say let's buy, I'm gonna put BMW M2, right? And then it's a personal goal for me, my girlfriend, and I put a deadline to like the November 26th. Yeah, something around my birthday there. And then reminder, I'm gonna ask for every reminder on 22nd of March. And then if I click generate subtask over here, just hold on. It's generating, and then boom, you use Gemini, generates the subtask. So you can see it's saying determine the maximum affordable monthly payment, blah blah blah, and then I can create the goal. So once I create the goal is gonna reflect over here. Where is it? Yeah, you see, it's over here by BMW M2 and with the targets and stuff like that. So those are some of the features that we have. It even has like a countdown to the days and stuff like that. And another cool feature that we have that I want to demo to you guys just before I wrap up is the letters, that it allows you to send letters to your partners, right? Like, this is a feature that I really love because with me, I was born in the 90s, right? And I also grew up in a generation where we used to send letters to each other in primary school and stuff like that. And even my parents and my grandparents, they used to tell me about the significant value of a letter. Like you send a letter to somebody, like the appreciation that they will have. So With this feature, you can also send a letter to your partner. So you get to choose the title, description, the message actually, and then you can choose the font type. So the font type is basically just the UI of the letter, how you want them to view the letter, that kind of thing. You can even use AI to enhance the letter, but I won't show you right now. And I'm just gonna show you like the letter that I have right now. So if I open this letter here, let's say I want to go to okay, I'm gonna go to received. Don't mind this, my fat machine, whatever. My girlfriend was playing around with this shit. So if I go to my NJOM, this letter is my girlfriend. My girlfriend sent me this letter, right? So if I open it, right, you can see that we have several buttons over here. We have a read letter. A read letter is just using I'm using 11 Labs AI to integrate to this. So you can get to choose whether you want the letter to be read by a male voice or a female voice. So if I choose a female voice and I click generate over here, it will generate a voice that will read this.
Hey, baby, I just wanted to let you know how much I love you. You are my favorite person, and I'm glad I'm doing this life thing with you.
Okay, I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but basically that's how it will read like. So if I choose a voice and play audio, play again, or play audio or generate, it will read the voice in the female voice kind of thing. And then I can choose to delete the letter or even just close it. Or I can go to all letters and I can see all the letters that have been sent. So you see, this one has a different font. I'll open another one right now for you guys. This one has a different font. So when you send a letter, you can also get to choose the font that you want to send it in. But basically, that's just the concept. You can use AI to help you write the letter in different languages that you want. So for now, we have these features, the letters, the explore one that lets you to choose like basically dates and stuff like that. If you click this one here, it will navigate you to like the location, and then you can choose open in Google Maps or plan the trip, and then you can plan it with your girlfriend and then send you the emails and stuff like that. We also have this cool feature that I love for spin the wheel, which just helps you choose decisions for normal day-to-day things. Like for example, let's say we want to watch a movie right now, and then I'll be like, you know what kind of genre do you want to watch? So you can put options here. So already we have presets, but you can only put 8 things. So I've added 8 genres over here. So if I click spin the wheel right now, it will choose from these 8. And then, boom, we've chosen romance. And then that means we're watching romance tonight. Or we can choose to spin it several times and keep a count. So that's a feature that's available in the mobile app. But basically, that's how it works. And then we have the calendar, we have the resources. For couples, the calendar is just for you to see like dates that are coming up and stuff like that. We have resources that will show you like restaurants to check out. And yeah, basically that's just how order works and how it's looking right now. At the moment, I'm currently working on the mobile app for it, which I'll be done with it I think before the month ends for May, and release it for both iOS and Android. But I'll start with Android for now. But those are some of the features that we have. But for you guys to use Order, you gotta have a partner. Just because when you sign up, you also have to invite your partner to the platform. So that's a cool thing that I did with it, because my users are always doubled. So that's why I've had right now I have like accounts that have signed up. I have almost like 2,000 accounts that have signed up, but accounts that are connected to their partners, I have about I think right now somewhere around like 500 day accounts that have signed up, which is kind of a good figure, honestly, for a start. So I'm still building it and growing it. So I'll probably start marketing it heavily at the end of the month. But basically, that's my platform. It's called Order, which just stands for our daily adventure. So yeah, that's how I build it, guys. If you do want to check it out more, you can go to my YouTube. Just search for Joe Chakama on YouTube, and yeah, you can check it out from there. More details. And if you do want to ask emails, you can always reach out to me anytime at GT Chakama everywhere. But right now, I'll just leave the platform for questions, for those who have questions.
Impressive stuff, George. Impressive stuff.
Sorry?
Impressive stuff.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you just go through the comments, you see that people are enjoying that. I don't know how many are in relationships, but I'm sure those are in relationships are gonna join. Where's the link? You also share the link.
And Natanaka 420 sada. I was testing, bro.
George, in our question one, George.
Yes, sir, go on.
Ndabona phakathi kwama founders. Okay, just show us my founders. What are the founders of this beautiful project
Where did you see my founders?
on that page?
On this page?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
Because
actually,
out of that dedication with guys, I was working on this with my beautiful girlfriend.
I can explain. So it's me and my girlfriend who built this app, and I really love this girl so much, guys. So we came up with the idea like somewhere around towards the end of the year when we're going for a date. Sorry. Sorry guys, there's a knock. Let me just attend to it real quick. But yeah, that's how we came up with that's how we came up with the idea for the project. So it's me and my girlfriend who came up with the project, and just to see how it works. But yeah,
That's beautiful, man.
that's how we came up with it. Superstar. I'm in a meeting, guys. I'm in a meeting.
Okay,
Why-
so
I'm in a meeting.
with a bunch of questions. I see 4 questions.
Yeah, go on.
We're just gonna take Sean. Sean, you can go then. Farai, just up to Sean.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Impressive stuff, George. Inspired, man. The UI looks excellent. The idea is on point. Everything excellent. I'm inspired. So, just not a question per se, but just a feature. We're already requesting features. Could you put a loved bar, something like reverse off like the Apple circles, where like if someone feels like they've been
What do you mean?
they've been pampered, they've been loved, they've been heard in the relationship that day, then like they can put like sort of like out of 10 or out of 5, something like that. And then if they feel like they're not being heard, they're not being loved, it's like they can put a 0 or 1. So it's like it communicates like where people are in the relationship.
Okay, I mean that can cause some fights even more because but okay, it's a cool feature, but I'll definitely look into it and see. But that's a great feature to have actually for daily. It's more like a daily thing, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
like a
Yeah,
daily report, like an assessment or something.
Imagine good to you spend time with somebody and then you see they're putting a 2, my guy. There you are.
More airport
And-
experience. Nice, man.
Thank
Nice.
you. Okay, thanks, man. I love today's comment. Today is saying that after reading later using Charlotte's voice, Chihera will ask Goody offer. Shit, thanks, my guy. Do the honors. Sorry. Yeah, so that's we'll see. I'll add the feature later on.
Yeah. We have another question from Farai. Farai, sorry.
Okay, Farai, what's up?
Hi guys. Can you hear me, guys?
Loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, guys. No, my tears, munyanya uchema uti manaisa kubatika saka. Ndine platform. Ndinokusendera ili mungono nonga mojoina jamani my partners.
Oh yeah, the 30 seconds thing, the 30 for 30 thing.
It's 30 plus, right? Farai, please share
Yeah.
the link.
Hapana my nice
need-
guys. Ndakatwana so much.
Okay, nice. That's good, my guy.
We need to defeat this stereotype. You're my devs are Pini Murudo. Clearly, George is proven it. Just gonna take 2 questions. One from Ruimbo. I also saw Sandra with the hand up. So Ruimbo and Sandra. Ruimbo first, then Sandra.
Yep.
Hey George, this is really cool, and thanks, Mike. So what
Wait.
Yeah?
Remember, that's remember Akata, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, now tell me about going.
it's okay, George. It's fine. I'll send you a message. So what I actually had was let's add a feature, eh? On that
Yeah.
later, people call each other by pet names. And with Gemini, you can actually add in that line so that it's like a mini rag, but let's not call it that. But it gives it a bit of context. So if I call mine, Samanyanga, or if I call them Mudali, it
Yes.
should be there like,
Oh,
hey,
Mudali.
daddy, not, so that it's a lot more personal and you can have multiple of those and that data can be used later on. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It's really
Okay.
cool.
And, pretty cool feature to add, with the names and stuff. I didn't think of it that way though. But I'm pretty sure that it would be cool for for you to include it in the latest day. But yeah, thanks so much for the feedback. Yeah, I'm writing all this down, guys. All right, Joseph, your question, and then Easy. Yeah.
Okay, George. So
Yeah.
there was Sandra first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but Joy's time is running out, guys. So if other people have questions, just put them in the chat, or you can reach out to George after this.
Mhm.
Okay.
No,
Hi, George.
Hey, Sandra.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Loud
Hey,
and
hi.
clear.
How are you? Oh, yeah. Great app. I like Order. I will probably use it with my partner, but my relationship is shaking, and we bought a lot of stuff together. I wanted to find out, Kuti. Let's say we are saving up for a car, and we're gonna break up. Maybe we're gonna have to break up. Is there any thing that shows Kuti who contributed what to what, so that kind of tackles the break up? We know our personal goals, Kuti Acha say in the future, and what happens to the information if we break up because it's a dual account. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually hard to implement because maybe we could actually put like from a goals in you when you guys do set goals and stuff. When you are marking them as complete, you can also put through like let's say it's a goal towards buying something. And when you're making it as complete, you can put my sub notes to say that okay, Sandra contributed 10,000, Bernard contributed like 2,000 or something like that. And when you guys do break up now, I think you might have like I don't know, maybe you might have like an expense tracker or something. I don't know how to do it because I didn't think it that way. The Gucci, you are saving together and stuff like that.
No, it's not. It's not because we were saving together and we didn't want to break up,
Breakup.
but we were saving together with goals. But the first page you showed was the fights. What if? Sorry, you're breaking up.
Honestly, I'm just trying to freestyle the answer for you, but maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was saying the first page you showed like how many fights you had, how many things that you had, and probably it's showing red. Maybe you're having fights every single day, and you just then realize, you know what, this is not working out. But we had goals that we were working on. So I wanted to find out, is there like a report or some sort that would work on, not to kill the whole love vibe that was happening, but it's just to be
A bit. So can you also like maybe just type your question in the chat there because also time is running. But I'll make sure to respond to you in the comments.
okay. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for the questions and the feedback that you're giving me on this. You can always reach out to me on Twitter, LinkedIn at GT Chakama everywhere with your feedback. I'm still building this, so yeah, I'm really open to feedback. And if you do want an account with full features applied, I can give you, then you can run through and test.
All right, cool. So thanks so much, Georgia. I think this was a very great demo. Moving on, our next presenter, we have Mr. Joseph. Joseph, the floor is yours. For everyone else who has questions after this, just feel free to just type in your questions in the chat. Then we'll try and run through the questions when it's done presenting.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Michael. So I think most of you don't know me. My name is Joseph. I'm a software engineer. I've been building code, I think, since 2016, but professionally since 2019. And for the past few years, I've been working on a lot of internal tools and platforms. And for some reason, I kept running into the same issue. The project management systems that I was using, they were too rigid or they were too generic, and they just didn't reflect how the teams that I was working with worked. So I wanted something that you can customize the workflow. And for this reason, I found Complexas. And in fact, let me just share my screen. Okay. Yeah, so for the past few months, I've been working on Complexas, which is a project management system that allows you to track your objectives. You can create objectives, you can track your OKRs and everything. So it allows you to customize your workflows. I think, let me just log in so that I can show you. It will be easier to explain that way. So once you log into Complexas, you've got three main things that you are tracking. We've got stories, which are like the individual work items. We also have objectives. So objectives are more like your goals. We also have OKRs, and OKRs are always inside objectives. So once you log in, you go to my stories, you see a list of stories that you are interested in. So these are the stories that you have created, or the stories that are sent to you. And you can also view the stories as a Kanban board. So if you want to move this to do, you just drag it to do column. And then if you want to create a new story, there's a button that allows you to create a new story. And then you can put all these properties that you want. So stories is like the main thing that you are tracking here. So it's like the individual work item. And then we also have a summary, which is like a breakdown of the things that you are working on. The priorities, how many stories are on low priority, how many stories have no priority. So it's just like an overview of your entire workspace, but it's specific to you only. And then you can also see your recent activities, everything that you've been doing. And then the other thing is the objectives. So objectives are more like your goals. And then objectives are also divided by teams, because everything has to belong to a team. And as you can see here, I've got two teams, the product team and the marketing team. So if I go to product team, I can see a list of all the stories that I have under product. And I can also group them. If I want to group by assignee, it will now show the person who's assigned to those stories. And then you can also group by other things like priority. You can also change ordering by deadline, priority. And then if you want to remove some of the fields, you just select the fields that you don't want to see. And then the system will be removing the fields in real time, and you can reset the defaults. So basically, this is everything that you'll be able to do when you're working on a story. And then if you click a story, you can see the comments. If you want to comment, let me just remove this Google Meet thing. All right. So if I add a comment here, you should be able to see my comment, and I can reply to comments. And you can also add file attachments, and you are able to preview them directly inside the system, and you're also able to download them. If you want to update some other properties of the story, you can do that from here. Then there are also some other small automations that you can implement, like this button that allows you to sort of generate a unique Git branch name. So you can also add like an automation on this one that allows you. What it will allow you to do is, the moment you copy the branch name, it will automatically assign the story to you if it's not assigned to you. And then it will also change its status. If it's under to do or backlog, it will change it to a status that is in progress. And then you also have sprints. So sprints are more like iterations or cycles. And then inside sprints, if you go to any sprint, you can see a list of all the stories that are inside that sprint. I don't have anything in this sprint. And then there are also keyboard shortcuts that you can use to sort of navigate the platform. So if you press Command // you can see like a list of all the keyboard shortcuts that you have. And then if you also want to perform some quick actions, Command K allows you to do most of the things. So if I want to switch to light mode, I just type light, and then it's done. Go back to dark. If I want to go to inbox, I can just type GI on my keyboard, and then it will take me to inbox just by using the keyboard. So most of the actions that you can perform here, you can also perform with the keyboard. So if I want to create a new story, I can just type Shift N, and then the new story dialog will come. So once you go to objectives, I'm just going to open one objective. You can see the details of the objective, and then you can also see like a summary of what you have under the objective on the sidebar. So you can see of all the stories that I have inside these objectives, how many stories are assigned to Joseph, how many stories are assigned to the other person. And then you can also track the health and the progress of the objective. So, but before the project of the objective is the progress of the stories that you have under that objective. So under this objective, all the stories are marked as done. So the progress is 100%. So if I've got 20 stories and 50 of them are done, and the other 50 are not done, the progress will be 50%. And then we also have key result progress. So this is basically the progress of all your OKRs that you are tracking. So if you want to add the OKR, just click the add key result. And then when you're tracking OKRs, you also choose how you want to measure those OKRs. So if you want to measure them as a number, let's say you want to increase your user base from 5,000 to 7,000. So you can create an OKR inside an objective and call it increase user base from 6K to 7K. And then for that one, you track it as a number, and then your initial value could be something like 6,000, and then your target value could be 7,000. So as you're working on this OKR, as you're completing all the stories, you just come to all the OKR, to the OKR that you have, and then you just update the progress. So if it's now at 6.5, you just put 6.5, and then it will update the progress of the OKR. And OKRs can also be tracked as Boolean, like Boolean things. So there's some things that can only be marked as done or undone. So for those ones, you have to track them as Boolean. And then if it's something that also makes sense to track as a percentage, you can choose the measurement type as a percentage. So for objectives, this is basically the main thing. And then the other important thing that we have here, which is not common in most of the platforms, is custom terminology. As you can see here, I've got my stories, objectives, sprints, but this is not the same language that everyone uses in their teams. So if you go to some teams like development teams, they might want to call them issues or something like that. So if I go to my settings, there's a section where I can customize the terminology inside the system. So for stories, I can say I want them to be called, let's just use issues. And then for sprints, I want them to be iterations. Objectives, you can call them goals. Key results, you can also maybe call them focus areas. So the moment you select these new names for your object, so it propagates across the entire system. So if you check here, it's now issues, it's now my issues, it's now goals. So everywhere else, like in the entire platform, it will now adjust to use that new language that you've selected. So if I try to create a new issue now, it now says new issue, not new story. So it's the same thing for objectives. So if I try to create a new objective now, it will now say new goal instead of new objective. And for teams, if I go to the issues under this team, I think let me just use a Kanban board. It's easier to visualize that way. So these are all the states inside the product team. There's planning, there's to do, there's in progress. So this is more like a workflow, and you might not want this workflow, you might want a custom workflow. So if I right click and go to team settings here and go to workflow, I can choose like the workflow that I want. So if I want to rename this planning to something else, let's just call it testing. I'll call it testing there. And then this workflow is called categories. There's a backlog category, which is more like a planning category. So you can have as many states as you want inside each category. So there's testing here. If I want to add backlog, I can also add a state called backlog here. And so this, And then you can also select like a default state that you want. So if I select backlog and make it a default, so every time when you try to get that. So every time when you try to create a story inside the product team, the default status will be backlog, because that's one that will be set as the default. So it's the same thing for all these categories. And if you don't like them, you can remove them. This one, you won't be able to remove it because it has got some stories. So if you want to remove a state, you have to move all these stories that are using that particular state. And then there are also some other small automations that are there. Like I said, auto assign stories to yourself. So by default, every story that I create here is going to be assigned to me. So if I don't want that behavior, you just come and turn it off. And then on the Git branch, if you click on that branch icon, whilst this is on, this is automatically going to move this to a started status. So any status, it will pick the first status under the started category in your team workflow. And then on Git branch copy assigned to yourself. So if this is on, the moment you click on, let's just turn on all these and then go back and look for a story that is assigned to someone else. Do I have that? Assigning, and I want something that is not done, like this one. So the moment I click copy, it's now under in progress, and then the assignee is now myself. So automatically the system will assign this story and then move it to in progress. Because if you are copying the branch name, chances are that you want to work on this story. So yeah, I think at a high level, that's everything that we have on Complexers. There are other features that are not yet done, like the AI agents are still in progress. But yeah, I think I'll leave this time for questions.
Okay, that's impressive. This I love this, Joseph. I love this. I think there's like a lot going on there, like in terms of like the thought that actually went into this product. First and foremost, the UI just looks clean. The UI looks clean. It's amazing. It's well done. It's well reasoned out, like the placement of the apps, everything. Then just the amount of features that are there. I think this can actually go on par with something like industry wide, like your Jira or something like that. So yeah, great job on this. Let me just open up for questions. We have a question from Sans.
Thanks, Michael.
Hi everyone. Okay, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's very impressive, and thanks for sharing. I just wanted to ask whether it is ready for new users, because I think from my end, I'm actually ready to. We're actually using Linear, so I think it's almost similar to that, and I think it's more than anything, support is very important. So yeah, if it's live, I think just let us know whether it's ready for production, then we're able to use, or even if it's not, I think we'll be willing to work around as you make progress.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've pasted the link on the chat. So yeah.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Are there any other questions from the team? Maybe just one from me. Like, what inspired building this? Like, what's the story behind this?
Yeah. Okay. So honestly, this started as a side project. So I wanted to test Table Repo. I'm not sure if you've used Table Repo. So it allows you to sort of manage a mono repo setup where you have like multiple projects inside one repository. So I decided to test with a project management system, and then in the past few months, just grew into something that I felt like this can be like a product that I can monetize, and then just started focusing on it. And for the past few months, I've been working on this one. And yeah.
That's nice. I've actually been trying Turbo for the last 2 months, so I have not built up like the confidence to build something at this scale, but I think it's very powerful, and I think the fact that it's something that you'll be slowly perfecting over time really shows, because I'm sure everyone agrees like this thing is now feature rich, it's ready for customers. I think it's not just an issue of just putting it out there and letting people just give you money. Because if I have like a product team, right, like I would want to use something like this, more than like the other clunkier products out there. So yeah, great work on that.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, Joseph. Please also share like your socials there. So if anyone just wants to get in touch with you, you just reach out to you.
Yeah. All right. I'll put it on the chat. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So 2 great projects so far. I'm loving the energy. So next up, we have Tanaka Mambinge going up, showcasing his projects. Tanaka, the floor is yours.
All right, thanks. So, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So, let me share my screen. All right, so the app I built, it's a simple website that I use to search for tweets. So basically, like the main issue that I had was like, okay, like this is my Twitter profile. So let's say I liked something a few months back and I want to like research or resurface that tweet. The main issue I had was like if I come to my like section on my Twitter profile, I am not able to search for that particular tweet or easily find it. So in most cases, you'd have to like scroll through like a long list of tweets to actually like find exactly what you want. And yeah, Twitter does have like a search feature, but then sometimes it doesn't really work well because it doesn't really like use semantics. It uses the exact words that you type in to actually like search for the particular tweet that you want. So I actually came up with a solution where I go to my Twitter settings and I exported my Twitter data, and inside the Twitter data you get a list of all the tweets that you've once liked and also all the tweets you once posted or reshared. So I actually built a simple tool that allows me to actually like search for tweets that I once liked or I once reposted or things that I once posted myself. So for example, let's say I want to look for this tweet. Like I know it's George who posted it, but I'm not really sure what he actually typed on the tweet. So just using like a vague recollection of what I remember, I can search for the tweet that he posted. And it takes a few seconds to load the tweets. And yeah, there it is. There's the tweet he once posted. So here it tells me that it was posted 30 July 2024. It's a tweet I once liked. And if I take the same query and I put it into Twitter, I don't get the same results. I actually get things that are different. And what makes the Twitter search a pain to actually like deal with is because it shows me tweets from everyone. It doesn't filter based on the ones I liked or the ones I posted. It just shows me everything from everyone. So it just makes finding certain tweets way more challenging. So this is the tool that I actually built to help me quickly find specific tweets that I once liked in the past. And there's a couple of settings you can adjust. For example, the maximum number of results returned, the tweet type. For example, I can filter by the tweets I liked or the personal tweets. It's the ones I either reposted or posted myself. And you can also filter using the date range. For example, we can go to 2024. And if I search for this tweet, it shouldn't pop up because it was actually posted in July of 2024, not in May. So yeah, that's it from me.
Nice. I love this for one reason. Are you familiar with George Holt?
Yes.
Do you know, like, he literally joined Twitter just to fix Twitter search, and he couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
And he couldn't do it. It was like like when Elon bought Twitter turned into X, right? George Holt joined, and he was like, no, he thought it was the guy smart enough to solve Twitter search. Then he went into the code base, he complained, then he left, right? So the fact that you have a tool that works better than Twitter, right? That's very, very impressive. And I always have the same thing where I'm trying to search for something, and I know, like, I saw it somewhere, but I don't have it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so great job. Maybe just my question, like, how are you searching through the Twitter? Are you using the API? Are you scraping? Like, what's your hack?
Okay, fine. Like, should I show the code?
If you're comfortable, sure. If you're comfortable with
Alright.
sharing code, it's fine. Yeah.
All right. So, where is the data? So if you download your Twitter data, you get a compressed folder which contains a lot of information, but then there's a tweets.js file which has a list of all of the tweets you once, tweets.js contains the tweets you once posted or reposted. And then there should be like.js, which contains a list of all the tweets you once liked. So yeah, this is the information I'm using. And then to get the date for when the tweet was posted, there's a way you can extract that from the tweet ID, because here we only get the text, the URL, and the ID. So yeah. And then I take the text, I embed it using an embedding model, and then perform vector search over that.
No, that's brilliant, man. I think sometimes the simplest solutions, like just finding like a different way of tackling the challenge, gives us like a way better solution. I'm just gonna shift to questions. There's a question from Joseph.
Oh yeah, it's not really a question, but for some reason I feel like this will make a lot of sense as a Chrome extension. You know, inside your Chrome, you just click on it, you search from there, and then automatically you see your tweets. Because I've also had this problem where I try to search for things on Twitter and I can't find them.
The issue is you need to first download your data. Like, it doesn't use the latest information. You first have to download, and then it takes about 24 hours for you to get your data. And then after you get it, you have to like process it first. So a Chrome extension would be nice, but a bit challenging to work with.
But I think it's possible, though. Like, it could just be part of the onboarding process where you show the person, oh, this is how you set it up.
All right.
Because either way, even if it's an external application, right? It's the interface is better as part of an extension where I'm already on Twitter and I just like click, or it overrides the default search. So when I click in the search bar, the extension picks it up, then it does search through that instead of the normal Twitter search. But anyways, great job. I don't know if there are any other questions for Tanaga. Okay, there's a question.
I have one question. I think it didn't see my hand.
Sure.
Sorry, Tanare, nice project, man. Just one question. So is is it possible for you to like have an option to use the Twitter API for the searches? The reason is maybe you want to do it in real time, like, is it possible for that type of feature? I guess that would be handy if you can add that as well.
I did think about using the Twitter API, but then the issue was their pricing.
Yeah, I kind of knew it.
Even for development purposes, it's challenging to get anything up and running.
Yeah, I guess that's answers it. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Ajinda. There's just one more question from Sans before we move on to our next presenter.
Sorry, I was just going to say that I don't know if you. Oh yeah, I was just going to say I don't know if you tried to the approach that Joseph was talking about, the one for the Chrome extension. There are some sort of like Chrome extensions. I'll share the one on the chat where it allows you to customize sort of like your Twitter if you're using it on the web. So I don't know if that will be possible maybe to then, if it's a Chrome extension, you already have access to the user's account. Then from there, maybe you can try and scrap the data on certain intervals and store it in your DB. Then you can then let the user know that, okay, the information is ready or whatever. But yeah, something along those lines. I don't know.
All right. I will look into it and see what I can come up with.
All right, sure. I think, Tanaka, if you're open to it, let's make this project open source. Let's have everyone just come in, collaborate with that. Let's see what we can build at the end of the year. Because I feel like this is like something a lot of people would want to use, and it's a problem that a lot of people encounter. So yeah, but thank you for coming through, showcasing this great project. We're gonna move on to the next speaker. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next speaker. The next speaker is Bezo. Bezo, are you ready?
Hi guys. So I'm going to ask you to present for me because I'm driving. It's a very more app that I'm working on. So I'm just going to share the link, and then Mike is just going to help me present the front end of the app. You can just show the live view right away.
Sorry, Bezo, can you just speak a bit louder?
Let me. Okay. Do this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
And we hope you're not currently driving while talking about it.
I was saying I'm going to ask you to present for me, Mike. It's nothing complicated. I'm sure you already know how to use it. And then I'm just going to share the link in the chat because right now I'm on my phone and I'm driving, so I won't be able to present.
Okay, yeah, so share the screen.
Okay, okay, thanks for sharing the link. I was typing that in. Okay, so that one is Senza. It's also one of the side projects that I've been working on recently, I think for the good part of the last 2 months. It's just a job board, mainly targeted for Zimbos. So the way it works at the moment is we aggregate jobs from across the internet, and then we list them on the site. Then for in the future, we're going to add features to allow people to check assessments on the website based on the skills that are required from the job descriptions, so that by the time employers get to engage with the candidates, they will already have like a good idea of what the candidate is capable of. So I would say that's like the summary of it. Yeah, and on the site there's not really a lot of fancy features like we have seen from Joseph and George. So yeah, just you can feel free to check it out. That's me.
All right. Thanks, Bezu. Maybe just to add on a bit. I think it's a bit humble. Just to add on a bit. Employers can post their jobs here. They can apply. You can also view jobs by different categories. So, am I right to say that is scraping jobs from different sources just so that it aggregates them in one place?
Yes, yeah. At the moment, the jobs that are there are coming from multiple different sources across like Zimbabwean websites that have jobs.
So it also saves you from subscribing to different job boards and waiting to see which one actually gives you something. So here you have like an aggregated view of everything just going on. So yeah, thanks so much for this, Bezo. I think this is a lovely site. I see a lot of potential here. I see a lot of potential. Unfortunately, I don't know if we just sign in here, but yeah, I don't know if there are any comments from the people, feedback, comments, feature requests that you'd like to see added on this platform.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I have one thing. It's not on the product. So if you're scraping jobs from Zimbabwean websites, in the long run, how are you planning to monetize this? Because I
At the
assume
moment,
businesses are not going to be paying to add their jobs there.
so at the moment, I'm just starting with scraping, but also have a feature for employers to sign up and post their jobs on the platform, which is fully functional. In future, when I have now added features that allow, like more features that are dedicated for employers, then we're going to have a pay on those features as well. But hopefully, just posting a big job should be free, but our features are going to be paid for.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Joseph. Any other questions or just suggestions from people? So just reading from the comments. There's one from Water saying you can add push ads relevant to job seekers, I guess. So I guess that's a nice monetization scheme where you put ads relevant to the people searching. So yeah, there was a comment earlier on. Someone wanted to present the idea, but can't find it. I don't know if you're still in the meeting. If you're still in the meeting, just comment. Because the other person was also present, just is having network challenges. So yeah. But Bezo, thank you so much. We look forward to more features from this product as you continue to improve it. Please also share your socials as well, for anyone who might want to reach out to you. But yeah, thank you so much. There's a hand from Munya. Munya, you can go ahead.
Hi. So I want to present. Am I too late? So I want to present. Am I too late? I apologize.
No, it's fine. Luckily, someone just dropped out because of bad network. So yeah, you can
Okay.
feel free to present. Yeah.
Okay. Let me share my screen. So I've always wanted to build a Windows application. I've never built a Windows application before. So I've always wanted to do that. So a friend of mine, I told my name Zimra. So and then Zimra yakaburitsa that API. I think with the public notice and stuff. So I just thought to myself, why not help out? Do not see if I can, build it, read the API docs and build it and stuff. So this is the application itself. It basically passes my PDF. So I'm going to A4 PDF level. So you go and upload PDF. So I've got two screens. So it pop out the other side. So you pass your PDF. I've got an example PDF here. Then you process it. So whether yakaenda already or haina kuenda, it will notify you on that. So you don't want to do double taxes. You don't want to send them a taxes country. Let me check kana pane isina kuenda here. So kana iripo inokuudza kuti okay, there's this invoice, what, yada yada yada. Then what? Okay. So some people require addresses, so you need to fill in the addresses. And kind of feel like a one, you can select from the addresses that you filled in before. Then you can create. So Kana Zimra actually unreachable. So I tried to make as much error handling as possible. So can I see that available try again later. But can I also eat by. So you can connect your printer. So border. So it's what do you call it? Say my printers I had to alpha computer power and stuff, and then you just add, and then in India go printer. So yeah, so this is just I think some people know about the API as well. So it's just a convenient way. So all the heavy lifting is in the background. You don't even need to punish some tasks that if you manual, you don't even need to do all those tasks. So it's a Chrome job actually. That's no, this one. Okay, so there's a version and then I need a Chrome job, but this one it's like it happens, send my request at that moment. So yeah, so this is it. I just it uses Electron.js. Yeah. That's all, folks.
Thanks, Wade. I think this is great. Sorry, just one thing. Can you just do print to PDF? I just want to see how the PDFs can come out looking.
So for the book itself, so the PDF itself in a specific format that it requires. That's in that what's it called? That's the PDF document, whatever it is thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
just
maybe what I what
just
I
keep,
what I wanted to check, right, is whether it is that QR code where you can now check on the Zimmer side as well.
oh, the QR code. The QR code, Buddha, everything. So
Right.
this logo is hard coded. So I'm still working on, getting it to not be hard coded. So seller details, these are your details, and then these are the details from. So it's all in that book. Panika Buku Karibu. It's all in the. Yeah. So it's a convenient. It's just an easy and convenient way to, like, most of the heavy loading is, and it actually gave me time to I would have used Windows Forms, yeah, Microsoft, but then go to JavaScript to see, so you get English answer here. Yeah,
No,
so
man,
that's it.
this is good. I think one emerging opportunities for dev coming up, right, is really with Zimmer, because if you see what Zimmer is not doing, right, they are moving to have everyone fiscalized, right? So my threshold, fiscalization dropped. They are pushing my informal traders to be tax compliant and start registering or not, right? So I think Gap Erie is one way, like, the market is gonna blow up overnight. So already, if you start building my tools and you start, like, experimenting and just seeing, like, okay, this works like this, one opportunity, here's a tool that probably addresses this niche in the market. I think, yeah, it's a great opportunity. There's a question from Emmanuel. You can go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes.
So this is nice, but I was thinking, instead of uploading an invoice manually, why not maybe use a virtual printer and maybe just intercept text from a virtual printer? From maybe when you're printing from an accounting system or whatever invoicing system that you're using, so that you don't have to manually upload this.
So this was more of a small business, like, I think the only invoices they do is I think 3 maximum per day. So there wasn't, I would say there was no need for me to, they use QuickBooks. So the API in QuickBooks, I didn't want to read it. I just wanted to get something out there fast.
What I'm saying, you like you don't have to even use the API from QuickBooks. You see, you print from QuickBooks, right?
Yeah.
Say you're printing from QuickBooks and invoice from QuickBooks, so you can have a virtual printer. You print to a virtual printer. So there is one that is named
okay.
Let me send you Mirror Plus. So that virtual printer, you can have the actual text from the invoice, from anything that is being printed, and then you just pass it on to your application. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or even printing a folder. Maybe you're printing to a folder, then you just automatically pick those invoices from that folder.
Yeah, thank you. I hadn't thought about it that way, but I think I could look into it. So I don't wanna work on this anymore. So it took quite a chunk of my time, I think about 3 months or so. So I want to open source it, and people can just use it and stuff. So now it's a bit more mature, since there are a lot of issues that go around with that API, with that Zimra API. So now it's a bit more mature, and I just want to open source it. I don't want to profit off it. So I did profit off it, but now I don't want it. So I'll open source it.
Yeah. Personally, I'm waiting for that code base. Please,
let me.
What tech stack is this?
So it's a Electron JS JavaScript.
You moved away from PHP. Yeah? Congratulations.
I love PHP actually. I've got a newfound love for PHP now.
Yeah, you and Bezo. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Right. Thanks so much for this. I don't know if anyone has any questions for me. Okay. I think we're good. So yeah, thanks so much, man. I love the tool. I'll be waiting for the open source code. Boy Tarisa. Was I once tried iterating with the Zimra API. It was not friendly. I think it was the time when they were still changing things around. So the documentation would say one thing, then when you try and integrate all of that, it brings a repo and things like that. So I've heard it's now more stable. So hopefully the code usually will help us get started.
Let me create. How do you create a fork? Can you do that? So I just want
from the repo.
Yeah, from the repo. I think I want to post it in the chat.
I'm not sure if you can fork your own repo, but try it. It might work.
Okay. Let me just change it from private to public. I think that's easy.
Yeah. Also, please share your socials so that if people want to reach you, they can find you after this.
Cool.
Yeah. But for me, I think sorry, just hold. Sorry guys. I think that's the close for demos for tonight. I just want to thank everyone who participated. Unfortunately, we had 2 guys who couldn't demo, but it's something that we want to be doing every 2 months, where we invite the community to just showcase their project. We want people to just share ideas, share the problems they're working on, the problems that interest them, their technology stakes. Maybe open yourselves up to more opportunities. So when you're sharing with everyone, you're just sharing the word with you. This is what I'm doing. Hopefully someone comes to collaborate. If you're lucky enough, someone may come and invest, someone might offer you a job. So yeah, we'll try this again in 2 months. We hope to see more awesome projects. But just from what I saw today, right, I'm honestly impressed. I think the community is back. We are moving. So yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. I don't know, George, if you have any remarks.
Guys, honestly, I was talking to Mike just now, Kusai, right? Do you think 2 months is fair? Because Mike is saying after every 2 months, right? But with the rate we are building it, right? Especially as Zim Tech Community, I could tell you guys that this week I actually built, like Mike knows this. This week I built about three cool projects, side projects.
Every 2 days I wake up in the morning, I have a message from George at 2 a.m. and he's like, try this out. I just built this.
But you see now, so I don't think 2 months is fair, man. Sean, what's your take, man?
Dude, like, what are you using? Tell us these magical tools which allow you to do this product.
No, okay. With what I'm building right now, right? These are utility tools for me, and I can do this overnight. So the reason why I built and I showed to Mike was a devotion app. I wanted to demo it tonight, but it's just giving me an error right now. So it's just a tool that allows you to prepare for your devotions and stuff like that. And the previous tool was a heartbeat tracker, more like a Pomodoro thing, that was just utilized to work best with how I work. So those kind of things. So I feel like maybe we can do one session a month. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, one session a month sounds good. No, I was asking, I guess, then are you using like AI, like which tools, like which stack are you
Oh
using?
yeah,
Like is it Tailwind or what? Stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, for me, I've created a bunch of boilerplates for my projects, and I do utilize AI and how I work. I do use Cursor from time to time, but I also do prefer to actually write my own logic. So this week, the reason why I was able to build 3 tools this week was I was using the new Firebase Studio thing. It was really helping me a lot to build my tools. But all in the past, I've been utilizing, just me writing my own projects. And because the thing about if you one thing about AI is if you know what you're doing, how you work, and you give it an existing project, it can help you enhance it and you can work faster with it than just telling it to write code and saying, prompt engineer, like, being a vibe coder. I am not a vibe coder, but I can tell it to make a component for me, and then I integrate that component. So that means I'm working at 5 times the speed I was working before, just because a component can be bootstrapped for me in like 2 minutes, and then I implement it, and then I continue the next stage. So yeah, that's how I'm working, guys.
That's great. So your front end is what? Is it TypeScript, JS, what?
Now I'm using TypeScript because one thing about TypeScript is AI in TypeScript. If you're using JS, it's going to give you a bunch of errors. But if you use TypeScript now, it will know the right component to make to say that, you know what, you need the component that works with this thingy, data type, and stuff like that. So I use TypeScript.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Thanks for sharing. Awesome.
No worries, bro. But hey, guys, let's continue building. I really love Tanaga's project that he showed over here. And I really will be looking forward to you guys coming through with your projects, showcasing them. So always feel free to tag me and Mike on Twitter if you want to schedule like time for these sessions. These sessions happen every Thursday. So, feel free to also just come through and tell us, like, you have a demo that you want to do, even if it's not the scheduled time that we have scheduled for. But we're going to be doing these sessions more and more. And we're really looking forward to also like open source projects, guys. So if you do have any open source projects, do link us with it, and then we can share with the community, and then we just grow the community together, build something. I really have one goal that I would like to see like one project coming from the Zim Dev community that actually goes live for everyone to use. That's open source, like maybe for let's say Pay Now becomes open source, and we are all building it together to have like a payment platform in Zimbabwe that's being open source and then it's working fine. That's a really good thing to have. So yeah, that is just the words that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's continue building, let's open source tools, and yeah, don't stop building, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much, George. Just one more thing, guys. We now have a YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna put the link. Please go subscribe. I think all our meetups will be recorded there. And every once in a while, we might have offline sessions where we record something, then we just post it there as well, so that we try to always have content there that helps the community.
Mike,
just can you hear me?
Yeah, can I also share my TikTok account?
No, it's okay, George. It's part of your social, so please share. Then in terms of events coming up this weekend, last time we had the guys from AWS sharing their event that's happening on Saturday. I don't know if Freembo is still on the call, so that she can tell us about the GDG workshop, the AI workshop that's happening as well.
Oh,
Freembo,
hey
is still
there,
on call?
everybody. Still on the call. Can you hear me?
Loud and
Yes, we
clear.
can hear you.
Awesome. So GDGRR is going to be hosting a workshop / hackathon. We're doing is something we're trying out. So if you're going to be part of the hack, unfortunately, you're going to miss the workshop. At the same time, the other developers are working on the workshop. And the structure is we want to build AI for enterprise. So we've sent out some invitations to some business people on startups, and they're going to be coming through. They'll share their problems, and then we vote on which ones we want to actually work on, and then we can either place them in the workshop or place them in the hackathon. So when they place in the hackathon, there's a prototype that needs to come out of there. There's a prize pot for that, and then If they're placed in the workshop, it's just a simple code along. We're sharing knowledge on how you can possibly create a solution towards this. All of the ideas and the collaborations shared will be open source. So we have encouraged them to also not bring IP related stuff that we don't have fights. So anything, everything shared during the session is open source. So keep your best ideas to yourself and then share what you need to share during the session. So this will be on the 10th of May. That is next week on Saturday at the Impact Harare. It's strictly by RSVP. So please go to the Google Developer Groups Harare page and RSVP there.
All right, thank you so much. Please share the link as well for the GDG page so that people just easily RSVP. But thank you so much. I like the idea of like businesses bringing their problems and just working on local solutions instead of hypotheticals. So kudos to the GDG team. And we miss physical events, guys. So please, everyone on the 10th, you know where to be. Impact Hub Harare, the address 194 Baines Avenue, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, yeah. So 194 Baines Avenue is the place to be. We just put reminders out for you guys close to the date. So yeah. I see Fari is already commenting. Fari wants to go and win his 4th hackathon. So yeah.
Five from there. 5.
Okay.
Correction.
Kudos, Mkuru. So Fari adigaga agarobira my hackathon. So if you see me at the hackathon, guys, please know okay. But if you have to join a team, just join his team. You'll be okay. But thank you. I don't know if anyone else has other events coming up. Feel free to let us know so that we can share them here so that the community just can attend your events. But other than that, thank you all for tuning in. For those who presented, thank you so much for taking the time and showing your products. Yeah, that's it from me. Have a great night, guys. Cheers.
Peace. See you guys later.
Bye.
Yeah, feel free to just unmute, say bye as you're leaving. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers. Bye. Excellent work.
Good chat, guys. Cheers.
Bye, later.
Everyone, good presentation.
Bye, guys.
Yo.
Nagamira bye.
Bayan.
Bye.
Bye.